On Friday, I asked you to quickly look over the videos and the images I posted. Then I asked you to type out 10 ideas for drawing visual texture with graphite pencil and 10 ideas for assembling and gluing on actual texture. The third and last thing you were asked to accomplish on Friday was to pick out 4 choices off your list for visual and actual texture. I realized that several of you struggled with accessing this Word file, but I really hope that you were able to problem solve and come up with another solution. I looked over several students' work on Friday and realized I needed to come up with a better example sheet to show you today. This is a list that I put together. It is important to have reference photos or reference videos to assist you in creating realistic textures. If you choose to use any of the photos that I gave you on Friday, it was a PDF file, then it's really important to list that here with the corresponding number. I gave you the example on number 1 and 2. So photo 24 looks like snake skin, so I named it snake, and then I did the corresponding number. And photo 19 to me looked like concave circles. And then I found a different website that explains how to draw bricks. So I listed the link there. The last example I wanted to show you was the photo that I included on number 4. I listed it as flower and then I posted it in the link. So you don't need to use my videos or photos, but if you choose other imagery, you must send me the image or video link. I will compare your drawing with your references. I also had you list 10 possible actual textures that you could incorporate on your final worksheet after you finish all your visual texture drawings. Please don't consider any actual texture, such as leaves or flowers, that will change after they dry out. Creating your composition. I was so excited to see problem solving going on Friday. Some of my students came up with this great idea. Get some sticky notes or just paper and write down all of your visual textures and where you want to draw them. I know some of you want to jump in and do the actual texture in between the visual texture or do the actual texture first, but it's really important to do every single drawing for your visual texture before you move on. Before I start my first visual texture, I want to come up with a template. I'm taking 4 note cards and lining it up against the square. You can also take just plain pieces of paper, just make sure you cut them down to a smaller size. When you're completely done, you should have a perfect square hole in the middle. The drawing demonstration I'm going to be doing for you today is from the PDF file that I posted on Friday. This is image 19. If you have a printer in your house, then you can cut out these PDFs and use that as your reference. What I'm doing now is I'm taking my frame that I've created and I'm coming up with just a fun composition that I can use. Now don't worry if you don't have a printer in your home, you could just use your computer screen. I've opened up the image in Microsoft Teams. I'm figuring out how large I want that image to be, and then I use tape that I've rolled up, place that on the back side of the frame, and then stuck it on my computer. If you do have drawing pencils to use, I would start off using either a 2H or 3H pencil that has the harder lead, so it's a lot easier to get a really light line. Even if you use a regular HB pencil, make sure that you press lightly so that if you make any mistakes on the beginning, especially with the contour lines, that you can easily erase your marks. I'm starting out this drawing by getting an accurate placement of the shapes and the contour lines. I'm noticing that several of these circles look more organic in shape, but there are some that are pretty circular. I'm also paying close attention to the positive space, the circles, and the negative space, the background. I want to make sure that everything lines up exactly the way that I see it in the photo. The more value, black, grays, whites you use, the more realistic your drawings become. It is super important, if not crucial, to study your reference photos. You should be studying your photos more than you're looking at your own drawing. Draw what you see, not what you think you see. The skills that you have developed and learned while doing the element of value is going to come in hand while doing the element of texture. Texture is very similar to the element of value, except a whole lot more detail. So just make sure that you are really concentrating on your reference photo, trying to draw as accurately as possible. Along with this video, I'm going to include 2 other videos with this assignment. So I'm going to have the full demonstration for what I appear to be snakeskin, and then also I'm going to do another demonstration for you on the concave holes. If you choose to follow along with my demonstration, that's great. If you want to use one of the videos that you've chosen and follow the video, that's fine too. Just make sure you're stopping that video frequently and really paying attention to the details of your drawing. If you want to find a different photo, that is perfectly fine. The goal of this assignment is to concentrate, to use your reference photos and draw exactly what you see, not what you think you see, so that you can build on your observation skills.